Hello students, welcome to today's session. Today we are going to discuss about acceleration, continuation of the last session. So generally, what is acceleration? Acceleration is nothing but change in velocity per unit time. Acceleration is nothing but change in velocity per unit time. How the velocity is changes? First of all, we will discuss about change in velocity. Change in velocity. The velocity of the particle changes in different conditions. First condition, by changing its magnitude. By changing its magnitude. And second condition, by changing its direction. By changing its direction. Third condition, by changing both magnitude and direction. Both magnitude and direction. The velocity can be changes. So in these three cases, if the magnitude of velocity changes, then we can say that acceleration. The direction of the velocity changes, then also we can say that acceleration. Both magnitude and velocity, magnitude and direction changes, then also we can say that acceleration. So let's see what are the examples to take by changing its magnitude. When the magnitude of the velocity changes, what is the meaning of this? Here we consider a car is initially moving with a velocity u. Initially moving with a velocity u in a straight road. In a straight road, compulsory straight road. After some time, its velocity is changes to v. After some time, whatever the time. So after some time, its velocity is v. Now, the change in velocity is equal to here. We can observe direction remains constant. Direction remains constant, but magnitude changes. How the magnitude changes means how we are taking simply final velocity minus initial velocity. Change is always final velocity minus initial velocity. Then the change in velocity is simply what we can able to take. Final velocity is v and initial velocity is u. So the change in velocity is simply v minus u. In this condition, magnitude only changes. Next, take when the direction changes. Direction changes. So what about the change in velocity? Here, a car is initially moving in this direction with u velocity, and it is changing direction immediately to completely opposite. Means it's taking a U-turn. Taking a U-turn. Here, if you are taking initial velocity is equal to simply u only, but the final velocity is completely opposite to the initial velocity. Completely opposite to the initial velocity. When which is completely opposite to the initial velocity, that we have to take as minus u. Now the change in velocity, the magnitude of change in velocity is final velocity minus initial velocity. What is final velocity here? Minus u. Initial velocity here u, but minus of u. So now what is the change in velocity is minus 2u. If we are taking only magnitude, means what is the value? 2u. 2 mod change in velocity means 2u. So here it is change in magnitude. This is change in direction. Next comes to here. When both magnitude and direction changes. Magnitude and direction changes. Here initially a car is moving with a velocity u and suddenly takes the U-turn and moving with a velocity v. Taking U-turn and moving with a velocity v. Then what about the change in velocity here? Again, what is the initial velocity? The initial velocity is equal to, we can write simply u. And final velocity is minus v. Why minus v? Opposite to the initial direction. So that's why we have to take minus v. Now the change in velocity is equal to simply final velocity minus initial velocity. the change in velocity is equal to final velocity minus u, initial velocity minus v, and initial velocity is u. So now the change in velocity is minus of v plus u. So now the change in velocity is equal to simply mod of u plus v. So that is the change in velocity. So what is the purpose of the change in velocity? When the velocity is changes, then only the particle is accelerated. Because what is the definition of the acceleration? Acceleration is nothing but rate of change of velocity, or else the change in velocity per unit time. And then we will continue what is the acceleration by using of the change in velocity. So let's see the acceleration definition. Acceleration is equal to simply what we can say that change in velocity. Change in velocity per unit time. Change in velocity per unit time. Just now only we seen that change in velocity is nothing but simply final velocity minus initial velocity. It is happening in a time t. So now the acceleration A is equal to change in velocity v minus u by t, when only magnitude changes. Example you can take, only magnitude changes. So then acceleration is final minus initial in a time of t, so that we can able to take v minus t. And acceleration v minus u by t. And acceleration is a vector function here. Vector acceleration is a vector quantity. Vector means a physical quantity which is having both magnitude and direction. A physical quantity which is having both magnitude and direction. Here acceleration is depends on velocity. Velocity is a vector component, so that's why acceleration also a vector component. So acceleration is nothing but it's a vector component. Change in velocity per unit time. If you are observing that its unit, what is the unit you can able to write? Simply meter per second square. Unit of acceleration is meter per second square. Generally we have different types of accelerations. What are those? First, uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration. Next, second one, non-uniform acceleration. Non-uniform acceleration. And third one, average acceleration. Average acceleration. And fourth one is instantaneous acceleration. Instantaneous acceleration. So these are the generally four types of acceleration: uniform acceleration, non-uniform acceleration, and average acceleration, instantaneous acceleration. What is uniform acceleration? First we'll see about uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration means uniform is equal. What is the acceleration means here? Change in velocity. Simple. Equal change in velocity in equal intervals of time. Equal change in velocity in equal intervals of time. That we can say that uniform acceleration. Equal change in velocity in equal intervals of time. Best example, freely falling body. Freely falling body. If you are dropping any one body, its velocity changes in every interval is same. Equal change in velocity in equal intervals of time. So see here we are taking a small example, velocity and time. So initially a particle starts from rest, means velocity 0. In 1 second its velocity is changing to 1 meter per second. In 1 second its velocity is changing to 0 to 1 meter per second. In the next second the velocity is changing to 2 meter per second. Next second velocity is changing to 2 meter per second. And next second the velocity is changing to 3 meter per second. Next second the velocity is changing to 3 meter per second. Next second the velocity is changes to 4 meter per second. Next 1 second the velocity changes to 4 meter per second. Like that you can observe here equal change in velocity in equal intervals of time. What is the change in velocity here? 1 meter per second. In how much time? 1 second. Here what is the change in velocity? 2 minus 1. 1 meter per second in 1 second. 3 minus 2. 1 in 1 second. 4 minus 3. 1 in 1 second. So equal change in velocity and equal intervals of time. You can observe here acceleration is equal. What is the change in velocity? Final velocity minus initial velocity. 1 minus 0. 1 by 1. That is equal to 1. Acceleration in the first case 1 meter per second square. Acceleration in the second case 2 minus 1. 1. 1. So nothing but again 1 meter per second square. Next 3 minus 2. 1 in 1 second. Again 1 meter per second square. Next 4 minus 3. 1 in 1 second. Again 1 meter per second square. Equal change in velocity in equal intervals of time. That we can say that uniform acceleration. Next we'll say that non-uniform acceleration. Non-uniform. What is non-uniform? Non-uniform means unequal change in velocity in equal intervals of time. Non-uniform acceleration. What is non-uniform acceleration? See here. Unequal change in velocity in equal intervals of time. The velocity of the particle v and time is t. So initially again it starts from rest. After 1 second velocity is 1 meter per second. Next in 1 second the velocity is 3 meter per second. In 1 second. Next 1 second the velocity is 6 meter per second. So means you can see here next 1 second the velocity is 10 meter per second. You can see here the velocity is changes, but the change is not uniform. The change is different. See here, what is the acceleration here? Simply 1 minus 0, 1 by 1, nothing but 1 meter per second square. Next here 3 minus 1, 2 by 1, nothing but 2 meter per second square. Next here 6 minus 3, 3 in 1 second, 3 meter per second square. Next here 10 minus 6, 4, 4 meter per second square. So means you can observe here 1 meter per second square, 2 meter per second square, 3 meter per second square, 4 meter per second. Means nothing but here the velocity is continuously changes. The change velocity also continuously changes, and the velocity also unequal change. So that's why we can name it as non-uniform acceleration. Non-uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration means equal change in velocity in equal intervals of time. Non-uniform acceleration means unequal change in velocity in equal intervals of time. Next, third one, average acceleration. Average acceleration. Average acceleration means you can take in the above case only. Above case only you can take total change in velocity in total time. What is the total change in velocity? Initially, what is the initial velocity? 0. What is the final last stage velocity? 10. So then total change is 10 minus 0. 10. By total time. How much time? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 seconds. So that is the average acceleration. Average acceleration means simply total change in velocity upon total time. The total change we are representing like this. So delta V by delta T. Delta V by delta T. Delta V total change in velocity upon total time. Simply we are mentioning here what is the total change in the above expression. Delta V you can able to write simply 10 minus 0. 10 meter per second. What is the total time? Nothing but 4 seconds. In 4 seconds, the velocity changes from 0 to 10. That's we can take average acceleration. And the last, instantaneous acceleration. Instantaneous acceleration. What is the instantaneous acceleration means? The acceleration of a particle at a particular instant of time. The acceleration of a particle at a particular interval of time is called instantaneous acceleration. What is the meaning? In the above case only you can check what is the acceleration in the second. What is the acceleration in the second is 2 meter per second square. What is the acceleration in the third second? 3 meter per second square. Means the third, second, fourth. Means at a particularly we are mentioning at a particular instant of time is called simply instantaneous. Instantaneous means at a particular instant of time, and it is the part of the average. Instantaneous, from where we are considering, from the part. So that's why we are representing simply instantaneous acceleration is limit delta t tends to 0. Limit delta t tends to 0. From where to where? From 0 means initial time to final time. Initial time means first second to last second. From instant limit delta t tends to 0. In the total time interval, from where we are taking? We are taking from total acceleration or average acceleration, means here only we are taking. In case if I am asking at a third second is belongs to here, fourth second belongs to here. If the particle is starting from 0 to 5 seconds, means you need to ask from 0 to 5 only instantaneous. But I mentioned a particle starts from rest and accelerating for 10 seconds. What is the instantaneous acceleration at a 5th second? Okay, that is reasonable, you can able to calculate. In case if I am asking what is the instantaneous acceleration at 15th second, body traveled 10 seconds, then 15 seconds, how I can able to do? So that's why the instantaneous limit is from 0 to final. 0 to final means initial to final only. So that's only we are mentioning limit delta t tends to 0, delta v by delta t. This simply we are writing dv by dt. A is equal to what we can able to write simply dv by dt. So see here delta v by delta t, which represents large change from where to where? From 0 to 10. Large change. dv in a particular interval, what is the change? Only in 1 second, how much change? This much. In a particular interval of time. So simply delta represents large change and d represents small change. So once again see what we discussed in this session. Acceleration. Acceleration is nothing but change in velocity per unit time. Velocity, how the velocity changes? Velocity can be changes in 3 states. What is that? Change in magnitude, change in direction, change in both magnitude and direction. So this is we are taking. And also vector quantities, and we have types of acceleration: uniform, non-uniform, average and instantaneous. What is uniform? Uniform is equal change in velocity in equal intervals of time. Equal change in velocity in equal intervals of time is called uniform acceleration. Non-uniform, unequal change in velocity in equal intervals of time is called non-uniform acceleration. Average, the total change in velocity in the total interval of time is called average. Instantaneous, acceleration of a particle at a particular instant of time is called instantaneous acceleration. So based on acceleration means generally we are taking different types of acceleration. Characteristics based on characteristics: uniform, non-uniform, instantaneous and as well as average. Now based on change in velocity, again acceleration can be divided into 3 types. Based on direction, actually we can say that. What are those? First one is positive acceleration. Positive acceleration. Acceleration can be positive. Acceleration can be negative. It's also named as acceleration. Next, negative acceleration. Negative acceleration. Negative acceleration, another name is retardation. Retardation. Negative acceleration, another name is retardation. Next, the third one, no acceleration or zero acceleration, or else uniform motion. No acceleration or uniform motion. Uniform motion, when the particle is in the uniform motion, so then change in velocity 0, then acceleration also 0. So what are that? Based on directions or the values, we can divide it into 3 types: positive acceleration, negative acceleration, or no acceleration, or zero acceleration. No or zero acceleration. So we'll start from positive acceleration. What is positive acceleration? The positive acceleration is nothing but positive acceleration. The velocity of the particle changes the change should be positive. The change in velocity should be positive. The change in velocity should be positive. Means increasing velocity. Increasing velocity, so that we can say that positive acceleration. And one more very important point, the direction of the acceleration and as well as the direction of the velocity both are in the same direction. About the direction, first thing, magnitudinally it should be positive, velocity should be increases, change should be positive, and then both acceleration and velocity are having in the same direction. Acceleration and velocity both are having the same direction. So then the acceleration is said to be positive. Example, freely falling body. Freely falling body, you can observe the body is coming downward direction, increasing velocity, and the body also accelerating downward direction only. So that's we can able to take freely falling body as the positive acceleration condition. Next, negative acceleration. Negative acceleration or retardation. 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 One condition is the change in velocity is maybe negative. The change in velocity is negative. One condition means decreasing velocity. Decreasing velocity. When the change in velocity is positive, nothing but increasing velocity. Increasing velocity. And direction, both acceleration and velocity both are having the same direction. Then we can say that positive. Negative, change in velocity, nothing but decreasing. Negative, nothing but decreasing velocity. Decreasing velocity, we can say that retardation. And one more condition, if acceleration and velocity both are in opposite side. Acceleration and velocity both are in opposite side. Opposite side means that may be like this. Any case, if both are in opposite conditions, here both are in the same, even decreasing velocity, but both are in the same direction here. Same direction, decreasing velocity in the same direction, positive acceleration only. But in both cases, either like this or like this, in this side or in this side, acceleration and velocity, velocity and acceleration, if both are in opposite to each other, here in the same side, in the same direction, positive acceleration. In different directions, negative acceleration. Different directions, negative acceleration or retardation. Best example, vertically projected body. Vertically projected body. So what is happening? The body is moving upward. Means the body direction of velocity is upward, but acceleration due to gravity is acting downwards. So both acceleration and velocity both are in opposite conditions. So that we can say that retardation. Retardation. Next, third, no acceleration or zero acceleration. No acceleration or zero acceleration. What is this? Simple, very simple. No acceleration. The particle is moving with uniform velocity. Nothing but the change in velocity should be zero. What is the value? The change in velocity should be zero. Zero. The change in velocity should be zero. So then that we can take in this condition. Change in velocity zero. Nothing but velocity remains constant. Velocity constant. So that we can say that constant velocity. So then acceleration should be zero. Acceleration zero. That's called zero acceleration. Positive acceleration, negative or retardation, or zero acceleration. What is positive acceleration? Positive acceleration means both velocity and acceleration both are having same direction, or else increasing velocity. Increasing velocity, that we can say that positive. And one more condition, if both are in same direction, both are in same direction, either this or either this, both must be in the same direction. So that will give the positive values to us. And here, both are in opposite direction. Opposite direction means acceleration should be negative. Acceleration should be negative. What are the example here we can take? Here the example we can take freely falling body. Body is coming down. Velocity direction is downward. Acceleration direction also downward. Here also. Velocity direction, both are in opposite direction. Vertically projected body. Acceleration direction downwards. but the velocity direction is upwards. So that's we can say that retardation. No acceleration, zero acceleration. Body is moving with constant velocity. Best example, particle is moving with the constant speed in a straight line. Constant speed in a straight line means magnitude should be constant and direction also should be constant. So that's we can say that velocity constant and then acceleration is zero. And next we'll discuss in this only. Next we will discuss about instantaneous accelerations, instantaneous velocity and instantaneous speed, how we are calculating. So we'll discuss about how we are applying instantaneous and average, instantaneous velocity, instantaneous speed and as well as instantaneous acceleration. So let's see, here we are taking what instantaneous conditions, how we are calculating. For that, generally we are defining velocity, instantaneous velocity or instantaneous speed as ds by dt. Means simply v is equal to ds by dt. And also we are taking instantaneous acceleration is nothing but dv by dt. dv by dt means velocity as a function of time, acceleration as a function of time. But acceleration we can also able to write as a function of displacement. See here, a is equal to dv by dt and we know chain rule. In differentiation, basic mathematics we discussed the chain rule. In the chain rule what we are at dv by dt and you can take a ds upon ds. So that is goes to dv by ds into ds by dt. dv by ds into ds by dt. ds by dt means you can able to take v into dv by ds. So actually the acceleration as a function of time, the acceleration as a function of displacement, function of time and as well as function of displacement. And next we will taking here when we have to apply this differentiation. When we have to apply this differentiation, the differentiation we can apply when given function is displacement. If they are given displacement and their requirement is velocity or acceleration, then we can apply the differentiation. Differentiation we need to apply. In case if they are giving velocity and they are asking about the acceleration, again we have to take the differentiation. Again you have to take the differentiation. So we'll try to solve some problems on this particular thing. So first one, I am taking one problem. The displacement of the particle is given by, the displacement of the particle is given by displacement s is equal to simply t square plus 2t meters. Displacement is given by s is equal to t square plus 2t meters. Find velocity and acceleration at t is equal to 2 seconds. Means they are mentioned particularly at t is equal to 2 seconds. Particularly at t is equal to 2 seconds. Means that is goes to instantaneous at that particular instant. So that's why first I am taking v is equal to simply ds upon dt. v is equal to simply ds upon dt. What is the value of s? Just you put there. So the value of s is t square plus 2t. Differentiation of t square is 2t. Differentiation of 2t, 2 is constant and t differentiation is 1. So then velocity how much you are getting? 2t plus 2. The velocity is equal to simply 2t plus 2. And put the value of 2. Put the value of 2. At t is equal to 2 seconds. Means put the value of 2. Then velocity how much you are getting? 2 into 2 plus 2. Nothing but 4 plus 2. 6 meter per second. What is the instantaneous velocity? Is 6 meter per second. What is instantaneous acceleration? Instantaneous acceleration is simply we have to take dt by dt. You don't took this. If you are taking this and constant differentiation goes to 0, you have to take this expression. Which expression? 2t plus 2. That expression you have to take. v is equal to 2t plus 2. And at t is equal to 2, that you have to take here at t is equal to 2. this is going to like this. Now you can take it, then A is equal to d by dt of V value how much you have? 2t plus 2. So differentiation of 2t is 2 and differentiation of 2 is 0. So that means what is the acceleration is 2 meter per second. At what time? Not able to mention. That means the acceleration is constant. It is independent on time. Velocity is depends on time. Acceleration is independent on time. So just we are discussing related to the instantaneous velocity and instantaneous speed. So that continues. We will continue how we can solve the problems based on that. Here the displacement of the particle or the position of the particle is given by the position of the particle is given by y is equal to 3t square plus 2t plus 1 meters, which is in meters, and where t is in time. Then find the velocity. Find velocity at t is equal to 3 seconds, and also find the velocity from t is equal to 0 seconds to t is equal to 4 seconds. So here, what is the first condition? What is the second condition? First condition they are asking velocity at 3 is equal to 3 seconds. Next, velocity from t is equal to 0 to t is equal to 4 seconds. Means what is the meaning of that? This is a velocity at a particular instant of time, instantaneous velocity. We have to understand. And this is velocity from t is equal to 0 to 4 seconds. Means total time, means nothing but average. That you have to understand by the seeing of the problem. First, velocity at 3 is equal to 3 seconds and velocity from t is equal to 0 to 4 seconds. So first we will solve that instantaneous velocity condition. For that, I am taking here v is equal to, generally what we are taking ds by dt, but here they are giving dy position as dy by dt. The differentiation of the d by dt of 3t square plus 2t plus 1. Differentiation of 3t square plus 2t plus 1. Differentiation of 3t square. 3 into t square 2t. Differentiation of 2t. T 1. Differentiation of 1 is 0. So nothing but how much you are getting? 60 plus 2. So the velocity 60 plus 2. They are asking at t is equal to 3 seconds. So please put the value of 3 in this expression. 6 into wherever you have t, there you can substitute 3 plus 2. So the value is goes to simply 18 plus 2, that is 20 meter per second. What is the velocity of this at 3 is equal to 3 seconds is 20 meter per second. And next we'll try to get the velocity of the particle from t is equal to 0 to 4 seconds. Velocity of the particle from t is equal to 0 to 4 seconds. So for that is goes to average. Nothing but you need to take delta s by delta t. What is a delta s? Delta s means generally we are writing s2 minus s1. What is s1? s1 at t is equal to 0. s2 at t is equal to 4 seconds. Just put. Then s1 is equal to. In this expression you need to put. In this expression 3 into 0 square plus 2 into 0 plus 1. Initial position. S2 is equal to 3 into 4 square plus 2 into 4 plus 1. So this total value is goes to 1 and this value is 3 into 16 plus 8 plus 1. 48 plus 9. So the value is goes to around 57. So S2 value is 57. S1 value is 1. T1 is 0. T2 is 4. Then V average is equal to, generally what we are writing, S2 minus S1 by T2 minus T1. Just put the value S2 57 minus 1 by 6 T2 how much, 4 minus 0 means 56 upon 4. 56 upon 4 means around 4 ones, 4 19s, 19 meter per second. Average velocity is 19 meter per second and instantaneous velocity is 20 meter per second. So we'll solve one more method of problem here. The position of the particle, is given by S is equal to 60 square minus 2t plus 3. 60 square minus 2t plus 3. Then find velocity, initial velocity. Find initial velocity. Next, velocity at t is equal to 2 seconds. Velocity at t is equal to 2 seconds. And then acceleration. Means they are asking here velocity, initial velocity at t is equal to 2 seconds, and then acceleration. See that. First of all, you can write initial velocity. For that, I am taking v is equal to ds by dt. Then d by dt of s is nothing but 60 square minus 2t plus 3. 60 square minus 2t plus 3. 6t square, 6 into 2t minus 2, 0. So nothing but v is equal to how much you are getting? 12t minus 2. So now this is the velocity. They are asking at initial velocity. Initial means it is starting. Starting means t is equal to how much? Whenever if they are asking initial velocity, the meaning of that time is 0. Put t is equal to 0. If t is equal to 0, that means 12 into 0 minus 2. Means what is the initial velocity is minus 2 meter per second. Initial velocity is minus 2 meter per second. Means it starts from negative direction, minus 2 meter per second. Then also find the velocity at 2 meter per second. Velocity at 2 seconds. Velocity at 2 seconds. T is equal to 2 seconds. Then take v is equal to 12t minus 2. Just put the value of t, 12 into t value how much? 2 minus 2. 12 2s are 24 minus 2, that is 22 meter per second. How much? 22 meter per second. Velocity at 2 seconds. And third condition, they are asking about the acceleration. What is the acceleration? Acceleration equal to, we are writing dv by dt. So then d by dt of v value you can put. V value how much? 12t minus 2. So then that means 12t. Differentiation of 12t is a 12 and differentiation of constant function is 0. Then 12 meter per second. So this is constant acceleration here. Constant acceleration. How do you find the constant acceleration? Actually, without solving also we can say that acceleration is constant. How? So here, whenever you are getting the displacement in the order of t square. The displacement is in the order of t square. Then acceleration is constant. Please remember this. And the displacement is in the order of t square. Displacement, write on this. This is like shortcut you can, or else important note point you can remember that. If the displacement is in the order of t square, then acceleration is 0. Without solving you can identify that acceleration is constant, not 0. Constant. Why? Because if you are taking that Acceleration is equal to, we are taking dv by dt. And v is equal to, we are taking ds by dt. So that means d by dt of ds by dt. That means a is equal to what we can able to write, d square s by dt square. Means there is a relation with the second order differentiation. Second order differentiation means whatever you are getting the function, after 2 times integration, then you are getting the velocity. If they are giving displacement, डिस्प्लेसमेंट को आप 2 बार इंटीग्रेशन करें तो आपको एक्सेलरेशन मिल जाएगा. डिस्प्लेसमेंट को 2 बार इंटीग्रेशन करने के बाद आपको एक्सेलरेशन मिल जाएगा, d स्क्वायर s बाय dt स्क्वायर. सो ये पॉइंट आप याद करने के लिए मैंने इक्वेशन दिया था. इन केस in order, if only in the function of t, if the displacement in the order of t square, then acceleration constant. If the displacement is in the order of t, only t you have, means nothing but displacement s is equal to 2t plus 3, then velocity constant, acceleration 0. Velocity constant, acceleration 0. That means that is moving with constant velocity. That you have to identify this kind of equations. This kind of equations you have to identify. And we'll move to one more problem. So here one problem we have. In that problem I'll try to explain all the problems, possible problems in this based on this differentiation here. So let's see the problem. The position of the particle x is equal to 5t³ plus 3t square plus 70 meters. 70 meters. Find the displacement t is equal to 1 second to t is equal to 3 seconds. One possibility to find the displacement. Next, average velocity from t is equal to 0 to t is equal to 5 seconds. Next, average acceleration from t is equal to 0 to t is equal to 5 seconds. Next, velocity and acceleration at t is equal to 0, at t is equal to 0 and t is equal to 2 seconds. Means it's a instantaneous. These two average and these two instantaneous. Means first displacement, average velocity, average acceleration, instantaneous velocity, instantaneous acceleration. These many possibilities are there. So totally. So first we'll start from first displacement. Displacement given expression is x is equal to 5t³ plus 3t square plus 70. They are asking displacement at t is equal to 1 second to t is equal to 3 seconds. Means simply I am taking here delta x is equal to x2 minus x1. What is x2? x2 is at t is equal to 3 seconds minus x at t is equal to 1 seconds. So in the expression first you can keep t is equal to 3 seconds. 5 into 3³ plus 3 into 3 square plus 7 into 3 minus 5 into 1 cube plus 3 into 1 square plus 7. So let's try to simplify this. 5 into 3 cube 27 plus 5 in 3 into 3 square 9 plus 21. And this is 1 into 5 plus 3 plus 7. So this value is how much you are getting? 27 5s are around 101. Sorry, 100, 100 plus 27 plus 21 minus this is a 10 plus 5 15. And also if you are simplifying it is going to 48 158 total. This is 48 plus 110 158 minus this one. So total value how much? 143 meters. So displacement. How much? 143 meters here displacement. This is the first. Next comes to the average velocity. Average velocity means again what we have to write? S2 minus S1 by T2 minus T1. Average velocity S2 minus S1 by T2 minus T1. For that, first to take. So in this expression, S1 is at t is equal to 0. At t is equal to 0, so S1 is equal to 0. Because wherever you are putting the t value, that becomes 0. Next, S2. At t is equal to 5 seconds here. T is equal to 5 seconds. So then the value goes to S2 is equal to 5 into 5 cube plus 3 into 5 square. S2 value I am writing here. S2 5 into 5 square plus 5 into 5 cube plus 3 into 5 square plus 7 into 5. So the value goes to 5 into 125 means totally 5 power 4 625. 5 power 4 625 plus 25 3s are 75 plus 35 means total value 625 plus 75. How much? 700. 700 and plus 35 735. This value is 735. Now the average velocity is equal to S2 minus S1 by T2 minus T1. What is the value of S2? 735 by minus 0 by T2 5 minus 0. How many times we can able to cancel? So let's see, the value goes to 147. How much? 147. So the average velocity is how much? 147 meter per second. 147 meter per second. Next possibility to find the average acceleration. For average acceleration, again I want to take the velocity expression here. For that, first I am taking v is equal to dx by dt. Differentiate the given expression. So then v is equal to d by dt of 5t cube plus 3t square plus 7t. Differentiate it. How much you are getting? 5t cube. 5 into t cube means 3t square plus 3 into 2t plus 7. So 15t square plus 6t plus 7. So this is the velocity. Now from here you need to get average acceleration. Average acceleration is equal to again delta v by delta t. That is nothing but v2 minus v1 by t2 minus t1. From where to where they are asking? From t is equal to 0 to t is equal to 5 seconds. T is equal to 0. What is the value of v1? Put in this expression. 15 into 0 0 6 into 0 0 7 means total value is 7. v1 value how much you got? 7. Next, t is equal to 5. So then what is the value of v2? Take here 15 into 5 square 25 plus 6 into 5 plus 7. So 25 15s are 15 25s. How much? 400. 15 5 5s. Sorry, 25 375. Sorry, 375. 375 plus 30. This is 375 plus 30 plus 7. So the total value goes to around 375 plus 30 412. The velocity at that particular point is 412 meter per second. 412 meter per second. Now we need to get the average value. So that's why just I am rubbing it. So we need to get the average value. What is that average? So the average acceleration is equal to v2 minus v1 by t2 minus t1. v2 we got 412 minus v1 7 by 5. So this is around 405 by 5 means around it can cancel 81 times. 81 5s are 81 meter per second square. 81 meter per second square. And the last condition, velocity and acceleration at t is equal to 0 and at t is equal to 2 seconds. So you have the velocity expression. What is the velocity expression? Velocity v is equal to 15t square plus 6t plus 7. So put the value of 0 at t is equal to 0. At t is equal to 0. So the velocity v is equal to 15 into 0 means 0, 0, all 0. So how much? 7 meter per second. Already we solved here. 7 meter per second. Next, at t is equal to 2 seconds. At t is equal to 2 seconds means, what is the value? 15 into 2 square plus 6 into 2 plus 7. 15 into 2 square. 15 fours are 60 plus 12 plus 7. Here 2 square means 4. 15 fours are 60 and this is 12 plus 7. So 19 plus 60, totally 79 meter per second. Velocity at 0 seconds is 7 meter per second. Velocity at 2 seconds is 79 meter per second. Next, acceleration is remaining. Acceleration at t is equal to 0 and acceleration at t is equal to 2 seconds. For that, generally acceleration a is equal to what we are writing? dv by dt. Then d by dt of v value, how much you have? 15t square plus 60 plus 7. 15t square plus 60 plus 7. So that is d by dt of differentiation of t square 2t. 2t into 15 means 30t plus 6. So this is the acceleration. Now put t is equal to 0. If t is equal to 0, a is equal to 60. If t is equal to 2 seconds, then a is equal to 30 into 2 plus 6. So the acceleration is 66 meter per second square. So in only one problem only we find displacement, average velocity, average acceleration, velocity and acceleration. So these are the possibilities to ask the questions based on the questions on this given expression.